live music, it's changed. Like TV, I watch the news. That's about what I watch in sports. That's always been the case. I don't stream that much because I'm a laptop guy, and it's just not that fun to sit in front of my laptop. But music has changed. It used to be like when I was in high school, and you started to get interested in music, you will have to sort of hear about it through a friend who bought it or a magazine which didn't cover that much, and you'd heard about some bands like influential bands from the 60s, 70s, or 80s. It was before my time, and I wouldn't necessarily hear about it. Now, if I hear about something like that, I type it into SeekPod. SeekPod rips everything off the internet. I can make a playlist. I go through it. I decide if I like it or not, and then I might download some stuff, or I might even buy a CD. I only buy CDs from a couple of stores that I like because they're good stores to go in and browse. They have everything organized in a logical way, like you would want your Google to organize your television. And that's the other thing. I can find this stuff very easily. And I can also find out where the live shows are. I can find out if they're on tour, if they're coming to my city or where they're at the city. So it's like that aspect of it's become a little bit, I just say it's actually more sophisticated. It's weird now, like when you see music fans, like everybody's an encyclopedia. Like you used to have a friend or two who could tell you every album. Now everyone's everywhere.
It's really made it a lot easier to explore. Now it's if I wanted, I would support those bands. Same thing with television shows. So I believe that there's still revenue stream there. There's still the idea that if you can provide me entertainment or information that is relevant and of good interest to me, I'm willing to pay for it. So how do we roll that into actual viable economic prototypical models that the existing institutions can take advantage of?
I mean, like when you're a musician, it's weird that people used to get rich by playing a song once. It's like, I'm going to record this on Led Zeppelin 4 and people are going to buy it for 40 years and I'm going to be in limos up to my ears. Nowadays, it helps you, expose yourself, phrase that, get exposure, and people will be able to find out about you and maybe come see you live, and you'll have to play that song again and again, but you can make money off of that. The vast majority of bands in the world make 90% of their money touring. When you look at journalism, it's a different model. To take Marie's analogy of the department store, like the store's not doing well, but people still like the product. They want the story. It's just the real trick about print is that it's easy to make an exact copy of that story. You just take those words here and you put them there.
You're taking the value away from the actual idea and the intellectual property of star architects. Maybe we'll be seeing the same thing happen with television shows or things happening with newspapers where you see star reporters and people are willing to have them engage. Like maybe as opposed to us paying our annual TV subscription, we're willing to pay a premium because a world-renowned reporter is participating in something like Agenda Camp Waterloo.
Murray?
There's something that just happened in the last 2 years for me. I had never gone to the opera in New York to see the Met. All of a sudden, I'm going to a movie theater to see the Met for $15, which is amazing. You go backstage, you actually see the sweat pouring off the faces of the people. Change is inevitable, and they will be making change, and the people who run the Met are making more money because this is going on all over the world.
Steve?
Well, there's definitely a distinction between things that aren't reproducible, like a number on stage. Yes, you can take the video, but it is a different experience. It is a reproduction, but as far as a live moment, you're not there. You're just sort of seeing a recast. Now, if that's something like a book or an MP3, that's infinitely reproducible, the exact same quality. It's your choice and time when you want to partake in that experience. So within that, you have the choice of why should I spend $20 on a CD when I want to listen to one song for a week or two because it's catchy. That's not value for me. That's annoyance because I'm forced into that sort of business model that the brand industry is using. Whether it's whether it's knowledge, right? Whether I've got sort of a couple journalists from various sides of an issue who are discussing something and playing off each other, or whether it's an article. Right? I want a choice in the content that I am taking, and with all the mobile technology, I want a choice as to when I consume it. I don't want to sort of pay for something that I can't watch, I can't enjoy, I don't like, and I don't have any inherent value in. And so, all said and done, without that choice, it's not appealing to me. There's a concept out there called mass customization, when Joseph applied. If you don't provide that choice, people will go somewhere else. They'll find something else that will provide them that need.
So would you see a huge difference then if television moved from a general broadcast medium to specifically just on-demand, as request, pay-per-view?
There's a lot of talk about that, right? That you sort of get into the gray area of net neutrality and whatnot, right? But as far as buying into channels, buying into specific piecemeal content, there's a lot of options for the market, but who's willing to pay for those services and who's providing those services?
Murray?
See, I can see the change, the way it's happening. For instance, the newspapers, book publishers, I can see them